Hello everybody, welcome back. We are on our main characters here. Had a question the other day about PI and mining in high sec and things like that. Thank you for the question. Um, I wanted to do this video to kind of answer your question a little bit better. Let me see if I can find the gentleman's name here. It was Jason, Jason Lawless. Again. Um, he was at Tech 9, I believe he said, and he was just looking for something to do to continue making money after he ran out of AI missions. Or is he at Tech 10? Let's see here. His question in particular says, "Hey, alright, I had two questions. First is how much can you make in Orca high-sec mining? Second is how much can you make with high-sec planetary? Especially since the devs changed where only Omega can do it." The Orca one was kind of easier to answer because I had already done a video about that 9 months ago. 9 months ago, we were making approximately 45 million every hour and a half of using the Orca and mining in high-sec in Forint in particular. But I think this will answer your question a little bit better since now I've got some actual statistics here. And they're actually going to be accurate. I have spent the last 14 days, and of those 14 days, I think I've only actually activated my mining about 7 days. So this is about 7 days worth of mining. This character pretty much had full cargo holds for my planetary. These other two were a little bit shorter, because mining amounts are different here. I've got 554 on these characters and not 555. So I'm going to keep you on my main character here, which is this one that you're seeing here, and I'll flip between the three of them to show off their cargo holds and what the result of that was. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set our destination here. Oh, because we're in the dormant realm fleet. Give me a minute. There we are. And then after we do this, we're going to go into our Wang-Yue, because I want to fly the Wang-Yue again. Hey, how you doing? How you been? In high-sec, I use these...
Autopilot engaged.
what are they called? It's the Minotaur hauler. I use the Mammoth in high-sec with 3 of these inertia stabilizers.
Warp drive active.
And each of these also are running a Mammoth Freeze 2 core with the cargo hold capacity so I can actually gather all of my planets. I'm doing great. Had a pretty good question yesterday, so figured I might cover it today. Now, normally when I am mining stuff in high sec with my planetaries, I am going for fuel. But only recently I swapped back over to normal materials because I wanted to make a video on something, so that's why we're doing this today the way that we are. My mammoth can carry 7,600 cubic meters of cargo hold. And actually, I should be on the, I'm going to delete this,
Warp
because
drive
I've already
active.
done what I needed. I need to see if there is a good planet here, because I do want to go back to having my fuel, because I am out of fuel.
Destination reached.
Running settings, demolish that one. Want to get this character back. Oh, noble gas is not a fuel, but that is. This is gonna be me flipping through my stuff. Sorry about that. It's, early on. Okay, so I've done this planet. I'm gonna swap these to only water. Gonna
Autopilot
get them
engaged.
going here. So I'm just in between all three of my characters right now, gathering all this PI, and at
Warp
the
drive
end
active.
I will show off the cargo hold value. So I've done this one. We are currently done with this, so I need to
Destination reached.
remove this from my list of things. Okay, so we've done that. Gone ahead and done that.
Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
I need more fuel.
Destination
Okay, so we're
reached.
not going to find it in Gina. I'm going to move over to perimeter.
Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active. Destination reached.
I am looking for one more good planet for fuel. I think we're going to get it from perimeter.
Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Okay, so two of my characters are coming up on their final planet.
Destination reached.
What was the one I was just on? That one. Okay. Let's find heavy water. I use heavy water for pretty much all of my fuel because it's easy to mine quickly.
Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active.
I go through a lot of fuel with my capital ships, and so I need as much fuel as I can at any given time, especially since I have multiple capital ships. Each one is going to need a refuel. Every time I buy a new capital ship, it always needs a full tank for me. So that's why I focus so
Warp
heavily
drive
on fuel in general, compared to what most people might do, where they might be focusing, like, particularly plasmoids, which are a fuel, but also a really high-end,
Destination reached.
high-cost item, so they can sell it at a pretty decent, amount. Do I want that one, or do I want a different one? $128 per hour, $147 per hour. Okay, do I have all the planets I'm gonna have? Nope. Let me add this one to the list. Okay. Got that. These other two characters should be done with what they need. I've got to find one more planet on this character. Got it. Cool. So that's those characters done. Let me make sure this character is done. I have no cargo holds waiting in space. Good. Alright, so on our way to Gina now to drop all this off. If you're looking for a really easy way to finish your Concord Pass, PI is one of the best ways to do it, especially if you're mining fuel. I am able to mine all 7 of my planets on my main character in 24 hours with a full cargo hold for that planet. That's 1,000 cubic meters worth of material on each planet in 24 hours. By having that fuel and completing it that way, it only takes me 2 days to complete the Concord Pass, and I don't have to do anything.
Warp drive active.
Yes, sir. No problem. Hi, Jenner. Welcome.
Docking request accepted.
Alright, now that we are back in Gina, we're going to look at our cargo hold here. So for 7 days of mining, you've got probably the number is closer to like 220 million ISK for 7 days of mining. Not bad, but certainly very time consuming. Um, for something that's pretty much AFK, I would not be against that amount. So let me switch over from my main character here over to my second character. So my second character here is not maxed out on PI. It's at 554, I believe. And it made probably, in actuality, it's probably like 180 million ISK. But that's a lot of material. If you were looking just to sell stuff on your characters, it's a good way to kind of buffer yourself, but it takes a lot of an investment in planetary to do this. And then here's my third character. We are looking at probably the same amount, roughly about 180 million ISK worth of material. I'm going to go ahead and move all this to my item hanger. Let's see what it comes up with in buy-owner cost. Yeah, you can see buy-owners are really terrible for planetary. I mean, you're looking at 130 million from buy-owners. And many of these are like, that one's 65% below what the market average is. This one, heavy water, is 55% below. So, yeah, I'm probably about right when I say 180 million if you just put it on the market. Let me show that here. So, there's that motley compound at 65% below market value if you sell to a buy owner. Here's heavy water with 55% below market value. You don't want to sell to a buy owner when that happens. I can maybe accept like 10 to 15% below market value if I was selling to a buy owner, but anything more than that, it's not worth selling to. You're better off just putting it on the market and waiting for it to sell. We're going to get these materials over to our main character here, because I have stuff that I want to do. And then I have to send this one, whichever one had the fuel in it, back. Okay. Sorry, this is the, more boring parts of Eve Echoes. It's just clicking simulator. Uh, there we are. That glitch has been coming up a lot lately. Okay. So, let me swap over to my main character here. So we have got a whole lot of material here. Some of these I've been gathering for a long time, others not so much. Hey, Asim, good to see you. But I'm sitting at just about a billion worth of materials here. Which I need to go and do some more mining in the future. Kind of lacking some of that material. Yeah, that's a little bit lacking. But it's not the worst. You can see, we've got some interesting things going on here. 3,000 venture blueprints. We will be making a large majority of these. Let's see what the venture is currently worth. So the venture is currently sitting at about 1 million per ship. And because I'm mining all this material myself, I don't consider it worth anything. Especially since I'm dumping it into the ship itself. Uh, let's see here. To make 10 of these, it's going to cost me 750,000. If each ship is worth 1 million, I'm making quite a bit on that. So, pretty much, if I sell one ship, it covers the cost of the blueprints and the manufacturing cost for this set of 10. And then after that, everything is profit. So I'll make a video on that in the near future. Please don't crash the market, because I want to do it. Alright, let's go ahead and get over to our Wang-Yue. I think I'm going to take the Raven Navies with me today. Yeah, let's take the Raven Navies with me. Nope, I have not had my hands on any of the modules. I don't have any of the loyalty points to use on it. They seem cool, though. I haven't seen anybody use them. I think they've just kind of gone under the radar, so to speak. Alright, here's my Wang-Yue. It's what you would expect from a high-sec mission runner. Okay, well let me pull it up here. Store, exchange, loyalty points. There we are. So this one's pretty easy. This one, it says when destroying the target, it makes the installed modules drop easier. Now, that only happens and applies when the person with the module does the final hit. So this one here increases the likelihood of items in the cargo hold dropping. None of these stack with another module. So if two people have it and they're both activating it, only one of them matters. Whichever one gets the final hit. So, say they have like 2 billion worth of materials sitting in their cargo hold, ore hold, ship hold, whatever. If you do the final hit with this activated on them, you have to have this module on your ship, and you have to do the final hit. It will increase the drop rate. No, it's pretty much only for PvP. I don't think any of these modules will work for PvE, other than maybe that first one we looked at. So this structure one, when destroying the target, makes it more likely to leave wrecks. This is extraordinarily useful in PvP because it will increase the likelihood of you getting the wreck from blowing up, like the Sisters of Eve ships and the ships like the Garmer and the Balgorn and things like that. You'll get their wrecks easier if you do the final hit. Overall, I don't see them being that useful in PvE. Maybe this target module analyzer would be useful if you have no other reason to have one on you other than to get loot drops in high sec, which could be useful. I'll be honest, that sounds kind of useful. Um, we're already kind of running out of ideas what we want to put in our mid slots, so you might as well have one of these, and maybe it'll work in the high sec. But you'll see here, it's only a 3% drop rate when you destroy them increase. So say it's like a 20% chance to drop a module off of a ship, now it's 3% more, so it's 23% drop rate. Yeah, it's not the best. I would say for the 200,000 um, loyalty points, you're pretty much just going to sell these on the market. Alright, let me get back into... I guess I'll keep the Wang-Yue on screen. One of the things that I really don't like about the Wang-Yue mind you, these Raven Navies don't have a nanocore on here. But, man, it's just, the Wang-Yue just suffers. If it had, like, a thermomagnetic stormcore nanocore, it would be comparable to the Raven Navy. But because it's lacking that nanocore, it's got the Celebration nanocore. So you'll get missile turret damage against shields. And then, let me see here. Yeah, and you still cannot upgrade it to AI. It's really bad. They really need like a fit all high sec or all high slot modules, and then you can select like whatever module you want for the high slots instead of having to do it one at a time. When these Ravens have a thermomagnetic storm core, they easily outpace the Wang-Yue. Alright, so we are going to check our implants real quick. Yep, we're good here. I'm going to refuel the ships. Because I do have some fuel here. By the way, if you're wondering, I am still sitting on this box. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because I could throw it on a lucent moon. Oh, we could test out the Sun Chaser on the Wang-Yue, can't we? It only bonuses to the lightweight ships. The Cyan is a good option, but I don't have a Cyan. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this core. It's just gonna sit there for a while. Let me see. Concord Pass. Trying to get as many of these as we can. Actually, doesn't this end, like, soon? Yeah, 30 minutes. It's not even worth me doing that. Yeah, Sun Chaser just got some buffs recently. Oh, what? Nice. Got my thing. So we got the thermomagnetic core, and then we also got the faction cruiser core. Yeah, definitely has a warm-up timer. Now, I think they said they were going to change the timer in a update soon, so maybe it'll be better.
Undocking.
Hi again, welcome back, Jenner. Oh. What an angle. Alright, let's go ahead and go to perimeter. How does this look on here? How do I even use Sun Chaser? I've never had to use it.
Autopilot engaged.
I think you access it from the map, right?
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Another thing that the Wang-Yue prototype suffers with, um, it just doesn't have good resistances. I mean, it's just a standard ship. If it had, like, unique resistances, it might be better.
Destination reached.
Okay, I'm gonna bring this back to our main screen here. There we are. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, huh. I'm I'm assuming it's because they want to do something bigger next week. That's my only thought on that. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should do that. Maybe I'll just hold on to it. And when we come back through toward perimeter, I'll grab the Lucent Moon. Or we can just go back and do it right now. Yeah, I'm thinking we could probably grab the Lucent Moon, and hopefully we get, like, a Cyan spawn. Well, you missed those events when they released. The, I don't think they'll bring back the Cobra in a box. I think it's been long enough to say, yeah, they're probably not bringing it back. Alright, let's go grab the Lucent Moon first.
Autopilot engaged.
Yeah, I do like the Azazel. It's a great ship. I mean, shoot, it's like the only ship that can actually hurt many of those capital ships. That's funny. Yeah, how are they putting out the 4K DPS? Or is it just Bombard? Or the Bomb
Warp drive
Nanocore?
active.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maxed out gold would definitely do
Vessel
that.
docking request accepted.
No. Come on, hit the right button. Need to throw on aerospace.
Undocking.
Yeah, I got lucky and got the permanent skin, so I just threw it on there. Oh my god. Please. It's too close. Okay. Now we go to our star map. And if I remember correctly, Foreign was... Where are you? You know what, let me just set. There it is. In a wild part of the world. Jump simulation destination, jump simulation start. Let's just see how this works. What? What did it tell me? Ah, I only have a 3 light year jump range. Okay, we're gonna ignore it then.
Autopilot engaged.
Yeah, 240 seconds is a long time to wait when these ships can just do it in the same amount of time for 3 jumps. And you only get 3 light years. I can upgrade that a little bit. But I don't think I can do it that much. Yep, we only have a 3 light year jump range right now. Yep.
Warp drive active.
And even at 4, it would have been 4.9 that we'd have had to hit. Unfortunate, but it's not going to work for my situation. And that's from perimeter to foreign, which is only 3 jumps. No, that was from Gina to foreign, which is 3 jumps. I wonder if I can jump from perimeter, from foreign to perimeter and have a better time.
Warp drive active.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a nice scenario there. Being able to jump from where you normally live out to a high-sec island. Definitely worth having in that scenario.
Warp drive active. Destination reached.
Alright, we are in Foreign. Let's go ahead and get our fleet set up just real quick to handle everything here. And we are going to jump into this
Fleet warp.
ruined lab.
Warp drive active.
We're being warp scrambled. Enemy ships detected. Enemy ships detected.
Yep, I do use the moons as a carrier. One, it was really expensive on skill demand that I don't use the assault carrier. Two, I already had some fighter skills from when I had a Cyan. And 3, I have the aerospace implant,
Enemy ships detected.
and so fighters were going to benefit the most for me in high sec. The intention was to have these ships for running these 5.5 million ISK missions, running like the Wayseeker combat tests that we had, as well as doing Dormant Realm 310. But I need to figure out if the versatile assault ship, versatile assault carrier module will work for the fighters, since it says you can divert the 75% of the damage of fighters to your own ship. The biggest reason why I don't have it as a versatile assault carrier is because it is so skill heavy. You have to have all of the lightweight ship skills and destroyer skills
Enemy
to get the
ships
most out of it.
detected.
I have no skills for destroyers. You also have to have the small weapon skills for them to get the most out of it, on top of the lightweight ship skills. So they are much more skill dependent than fighters. They're not a whole lot more, but it's still almost like, it's like, I think 2 months worth of skill points if you do 555 on everything. Well, we did not get our drop of the cyan. Maybe I can jump it to perimeter. Jump distance would be 5.8. What? 3.2. Of course. Alright, it's just better to go back to Gina and drop these off.
Autopilot engaged.
Yeah, you've definitely got the mothership module, which I need to see if it works on fighters as well, because that's what I would prefer to have.
Warp drive active.
I mean, you're only getting, uh, 1.5 million for each Concord point class, which still means you're a month and maybe even 2 months of Concord Pass. And you're still going to end up with the same DPS as you would the fighters.
Warp drive active.
I'm pretty sure it's like 1.2 million that you get out of the Concord Pass. Might be like 1.5 or 1.6. It would be different. I mean, we can just pull it up in the market, but, it's a mid-slot. It is a tactical module. So this thing says fighter damage transfer, and then everything else says lightweight ship. So if that is actually fighter damage transfer, then that's really good for me. If it's not, then I'm going to have to step it up to lightweight ships anyway. Yeah, they're really expensive. What's the cost of the, Nestor or Marshall right now? Still expensive. It's likely they will bring the Marshall back in a box, but it'll probably be the, 30 and 60 freight version.
Destination docking request accepted.
I am very surprised that we did not see a game update this week. I think that's only happened a couple of times in Event Heroes history.
Autopilot engaged. Undocking.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not even including having the shield mod and the hangar mod, plus all the fighters.
Warp drive active.
Like, it is very expensive to set up a Lucid Moon with the VAC setup. Yeah, the hangar's 15 billion. The ship itself is, I believe it's at like 40 billion or 35 billion.
Warp drive active.
Well, they did start out at like 25 million for the hangar. And they've come down in price quite a bit. Oh wow.
Warp drive active. Destination reached.
Okay, let's get these missions going.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Get back to our Wang-Yue here.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
The Wang-Yue does have a really good lock time. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
We're under attack.
Yeah. I mean, that's not too different to how Eve online prices things.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute those other two.
Fleet warp.
Alright. We sold all of our
Warp drive active.
330 crawler neural compilers for 46 million. Nice.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Oh, you still using them for whatever it is you're doing? Or upgrading? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm not too fussed with trying to finish my implants. I just wanted them, the main ones that I use, to be at level 30. After that, I'll just slowly increase them every week after we do Dormant Realms and I get the clone bound
Enemy
ones.
ships detected.
I'd rather have the ISK. Especially since I want to be able to show off other ships in the future. It's going to cost a lot for me to do so. I'm also still working toward like a 1 trillion-ish battleship that I want to do in the future. That's gonna be so expensive.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
The align time on the Wang-Yue prototype is so nice. It is much better than the Raven Navies. Yeah, for 1 trillion I can definitely get a super. But, if we get, like, the Golem in-game,
We're under attack.
that is the ship that I want to dump a trillion-isk into.
We're under attack.
I mean, that's gonna be
We're
level
under
4
attack.
rigs, fully integrated. Pizza wedge. It's doing good. It's the usual Wang-Yue experience. Not really suffering too much this time around. It's certainly not an exciting ship. I'm hoping when they come out with the regular Wang-Yue, it is a much more exciting ship and much more capable. But as it sits right now, it's just... You're better off flying like a
Enemy
rattlesnake
ships
or a
detected.
cobra. You're also better off flying like a Dominic's Navy. Which are, all of those are its direct competitor. For a ship that you have to spend $700 worth of Omega Duo in order to get your hands on it, it is very boring, let's say. I don't really think it's worth the $700 of Omega Duo. Of course, you get a lot of other things along with that, and that's what makes it worth the $700 of Omega Duo. But if you're only considering the ship itself, no,
Enemy
certainly
ships
not.
detected.
I mean, it literally, it's on par with, like, a Raven Navy issue without the siege mode, it's equivalent to, like, a Rattlesnake or a Cobra, but it is by far worse than
We're under attack.
a Dominic's Navy or... I mean, I guess
We're under
your best
attack.
comparison is the, Abaddon. The Marshal is a really good choice. It outcompetes every ship in the game except for the Dominic's Navy.
Fleet warp.
The Dominic's Navy is the only ship that outperforms the Marshal until you get into capital ships.
Warp drive active.
We're under under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I think the Marshall is justified in its cost. The flexibility to be any weapon system and perform at the best capability for that weapon system, along with the ability to be a covert op ship, it can be a Cyno ship, it can be a high-sec PvE ship, it can be a fleet ship. I
Enemy
think
ships detected.
the flexibility of it, being able to
We're
use
under
all
attack.
of the tactical modules, and just outperforming everything is what gives it its overall cost, on top of um, being really hard to
We're
manufacture,
under attack.
um, being only available through those loot boxes that we've had twice now. It just ends up being a rare ship to have and drives up the cost as well.
Enemy ships detected.
Neither of those will outperform the Marshall. Oh yeah. No, if you're gonna eat Marshall, don't. The Marshall is designated pretty much. It'll do heats. It'll tank, it'll do everything, but just understand it's gonna cost you the same as a capital ship to replace it. But if you're gonna eat any ship, um, that'll be your best to do it with. Ooh, nice. Capital ship anomaly. I'd love for those to spawn in high sec.
Fleet warp.
If you
Warp
want to
drive
get
active.
high sec players to end up in null sec or low sec areas, add the capital ship anomalies to high sec, and you'll find a lot of those players will do those. Uh,
We're under attack. We're under
and then
attack.
get blown up. Yeah, no, Talos 3 is a perfect low sec hunting ship. It combines tank with DPS, and it's
Enemy
just
ships detected.
perfect. It's also low cost compared to its contemporary ships. Yeah, no, that's perfect. It's easy to replace as well. There was a long time where I was debating flying a Talos 3, But I ended up getting into the Raven Navy instead.
We're under attack.
Because I was already skilled into missiles and I did not want to reskill into railguns at the time.
Enemy ships detected.
Oh, that's funny. The Golden Age core for Talos, I don't remember how good that was.
We're under attack.
You probably got it from one of the Interstellar Bazaar events. Which we haven't seen one in a while, speaking of.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
I wonder if our next event is going to be a golden, an Interstellar Bazaar.
We're under attack.
I miss having the 50% off coupon event. We should be coming up on it. There was usually one at the beginning of the summer, which is also when they usually update the mega special deal. Should be soon. I think we were saying somewhere in June is when they update it.
Enemy ships detected.
It was like June or July. They usually update that. Yeah, Verge of Silence. I tried to do it once and there was no content. So I could care less if it came back or not. What I want is the old Halloween back. That first Halloween event was the perfect event. I think it actively brought people out to Losec. Um,
Enemy
it
ships
created
detected.
content for players, PvP and PvE.
We're under attack.
Um, there's there was no better event
We're
for
under
that than
attack.
what we were doing in that Halloween event.
We're under attack.
It added scramblers, it added bubbles. It was just a great event overall. Yeah, irritated the living hell out of me because all of the low-sec gates were camped, but it was still a good event.
Fleet warp.
I wish they would bring back, like, EVE Online's Capsuleer event.
Warp drive active.
I think that would be great to have as well. Mm-hmm.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Hey, lucky for you, I actually have a Lucent Moon nanocore, but I can't use it,
We're under attack.
because it's for lightweight ships.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, that event was extraordinarily predatory compared to old events. I don't
Enemy
like it,
ships detected.
but it is what it is. Yeah, I ended up getting the 3 bodyguard cores for it, because I decided it was just gonna be worth my time, since I'm gonna be sitting on these bodyguards for a long time. Um, they're pretty much my go-to capital ship right now.
Fleet warp.
Yeah,
Warp drive active.
I want more events at a lower cost. I think
We're
you'll
under
find. I
attack.
think they would find that they overall make more money on. Oh, nice.
We're under attack.
I ended up getting a Cobra at something during one of the events. I had a Cobra and then I sold one.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah. Yeah, except for all of the capital ship based events are going to cost you like $1,000. That's the worst part about flying a capital. Oh god, yeah, super. Those people are god. I feel bad for them.
We're under attack.
Not only did they have to find a way to either build one or pay for
Enemy
one
ships
with
detected.
in-game currency, but they have to pay like thousands of dollars just to get their hands on a nanocore for it. I don't think it's worth having a nanocore unless it's the last one we had with the Soaring Dragon. I think that's the only one that's actually worth it on a super capital.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was the one before that with the Marshal, the Starbreak Core. That one would be better on a super.
Fleet
I think
walk.
Starbreak is the best one because you can heal 30% of your shield or armor
Warp
depending
drive
on which
active.
one had the higher stats, which is insane on a super. If you want to talk about living forever, the Starbreak core on a super was the perfect core. Even on a capital ship, it's so good. I am just kind of waiting to see if they make another high-sec capital ship. Uh,
Enemy ships detected. We're under
but I
attack.
would rather have the Marauders over that.
We're under attack.
Ooh, nice. The sleeper core on a Revelation is one of the best nanocores you can have on it. Oh, fun. I don't know how that thing is on the Nester. Is it a good core for the Nester, or is it just kind of average?
Enemy ships detected.
Are you plotting on me, boy?
We're under attack.
Okay.
We're under attack.
That's awesome. Being cap stable is such an important thing for a Nester or any, like, PvP ship or Logi.
Fleet warp.
Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, having that cap stability on a logistics ship is super important.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I mean, that's not bad. Almost 4 minutes of capacitor running like full bore on a Logi ship is not bad at all. But it is so much better to be cap stable and not have to care.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Hey, did you guys see that Captain Benzie came back? Good to see him again. He's been gone for a while. Uh-oh. I wonder if I can fix that. Give me a minute.
Enemy ships detected.
Mm, let me see here. Files.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Okay, now you should be able to.
We're under attack.
See what that does for you.
Fleet warp.
There we go. Oh, that's a nice looking nanocore on there.
Warp drive active.
Good stats. It's almost too bad that you can't fit a damage control on there.
We're under attack.
I guess we need a
We're under attack.
upgraded. I guess we need an upgraded Nestor now. We got the other faction ship, so why not have a Nestor? Having one extra low slot on a Nestor, or like 2 extra low slots on a Nestor, would be so
We're
good.
under attack.
Yeah, those are some really good stats.
We're under attack.
Yeah. Yeah, the Nightmare when it went to the Fiend. Was it the Fiend? No, that was the other ship. Yeah, why did we not get an upgraded Nightmare? Ugh. Literally the one ship that
Enemy ships detected.
we should have had an upgraded version of.
We're under attack.
The Nightcrow is
We're
the
under attack.
destroyer.
We're under attack.
Yeah, it'd probably go from like Nightmare to I don't know, like something horror related. Call it like the Terror or something like that.
Fleet
From
warp.
Nightmare to Terror. I don't know. That would be a pretty good name change if we got an upgraded one.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
What makes you unhappy with your Nestor? what's a particular pain point that you're having?
Enemy ships detected.
It's just referring to like self-ref, right? Not I wonder if I can set something up to kind of show you what your EHP rep is. No, I currently do not need DR3 for any characters. Other than maybe my alphas, but they're they're gonna be trapped in no help land until they hit Tech 8. We're gonna change some rules on the alpha characters once we hit Tech 8 because they will be Omega at that point. I'd like for the alphas to be able to do their own dormant realms. By the way, if you're all still like paying really close attention, did you guys also get one of these Concord gratitude messages? This was a while back now. This was on 5/22.
Warp drive active.
Hmm.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, I think the only way you're gonna get the large fleet rep cores should be on
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
What would it be on?
We're under
It would have to
attack.
be a Logi ship. There's not a chance for
We're
it on
under attack.
Nestor Nanoforce? Well, the Nestor is a Logi battleship, so I would check to see if you could get it from that. That'd be the only one I can think of. But that might just only give you launch drone. Wow. Well, maybe in the future they'll have something.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah. It's not worth running the medium
We're under
Reffers, though.
attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I think this is our last mission of the day. Alright.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Autopilot engaged.
Alright, I think that is all I will be doing today. I just wanted to sit here and enjoy my Wang-Yue
Warp
for a
drive
bit, and I
active.
feel like it would be a good idea to put that in front of people and let people see it again, because there are very few people who actually own the Wang-Yue prototype and fly it, for good reason. It's expensive as heck, and it's just not that great of a ship. It's good enough. Like I said, it's very comparable to a Raven Navy issue, but it doesn't get access to like siege module or rapid fire module or anything like that.
Warp drive
So
active.
it's not that good. Um, Overall, it's just a decent ship. I wouldn't call it exciting by any means. But thank you for joining me. I hope my gathering of my PI and showing you how much I did over the course of 7 days kind of helped you figure out how much you can make on PI in high sec. It's not a whole lot. You're better off just using that PI to build a ship.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I can't thank you enough for how much you guys have been supporting me. We do have a Discord, so if you want to join the Discord, it is linked on my Twitch channel and on my YouTube channel. Might have to update the Twitch channel one. Join on in. It's just a very casual experience. Got quite a few channels there if you want to be interested in different things. Stop on by, have fun.
Warp drive
Every
active.
Monday we do our Dormant Realm carries. We're, 5 more days away, 4 more days away from that. So get in there, put your name in, your in-game name in the Dormant Realm carry sign up, and we'll get people going. Yep, have a
Docking
great
request
Father's Day
accepted.
to those of you that are fathers or have fathers. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and have a great one.